Okay, so 1.3 solve linear equations. We're just going to review some of them, but they're going to be a little bit more in depth probably. So 4/5 x plus 8 equals 20. So remember when we do our homework, and I need to talk to you about that because some of your homework work has not been very good. We write down the equation, we work our work on here, and we work what direction?
Right to left.
What?
Down. Okay?
Huh?
So you work problems down.
Oh, left to right. My bad.
Okay, so I have 4/5 x plus 8 equals 20. Who would like to help me with my first step?
Me.
Cody.
Subtract 8.
Subtract 8. I personally just do minus 8 because I know it goes away there. So 4/5 x equals what, 12?
Yeah.
No, well,
Okay. Now, I just want to see work. We're not in Algebra 1. I don't need to see minus 8 on both sides unless you want to do that. I'm not asking for a ton of work. I just want to see it. Got it? Okay, so now this is 4/5 x. You notice I wrote it like next to it.
Times by the reciprocal.
Multiply by the reciprocal. Thank you for using your math words. So 4/5, 4/5 reciprocal is 5/4, and over here is 5/4. Now I am really going to stress those reduce to 1, so I get x equals reducing before you multiply. 12 is a fraction. It is 12 over what? 1. We can reduce up and down and diagonally, yes?
Yes.
Does 4 go into 12?
3.
Yes.
So 4 goes into 4 once. 3. So it's going to be over 1. So it's a whole number. So 3 times 5 is
15.
29.
15.
You get 20. There, right one.
Now, it will ask you to check some of them. How do I check it?
You plug it in.
Undivided.
Plug it.
Put 'em in.
Plug it in. So you have 4/5 times 15, because that's x, plus 8
Yup.
equals 20.
Yup.
Well, this is 15 over 1.
So it's 5.
5 goes into 15 how many times?
5.
3.
I said 5. You said 3.
Yeah, it goes in
It's
3
3.
Or 3, yeah.
Okay,
I was looking at the
I know. So 4 times 3 is 12, plus 8, so 20 equals 20. We just did a mini proof.
Good.
Preschooling kind. Hope squad.
Shut up. Good
Okay,
fun.
but gentlemen, stop.
Squad, Cody.
Okay, so let's see. I'm going to give you one on your own. How about I give you 2? 7x minus 41 equals negative 13. And negative 3/5 x plus 1 equals 4. No. Gerhard, try without it. You are not going to carry around a calculator in your hand all the time.
I technically do.
Well, yeah, you do, but you're not going to open it up all the time.
I do it quite a bit. It's Nick John D.
And they probably make fun of you.
Probably do, and I am quite autistic.
No, you're not.
I said it last night at practice.
Okay, focus. Okay, have you started it enough that I can start? Okay,
Oh, what? Which one?
the first one.
Oh, okay. Then yes. I got the first one.
Then go on to the second one.
I don't know how to do the second one.
You do the second one exactly how we just did the example.
Nothing.
Yeah, then. It's 20.
tried the second one. I don't know if it's right though.
No.
You can check it. Which you should check it.
Okay.
Kyan, you got both done?
Yeah.
Can you put your lid on your water bottle, please?
Yeah.
Mm.
When you multiply the reciprocal and negative fraction, it's still negative.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because you have to get rid of the negative.
That's lame.
No, when after, like, because a negative times a negative is a positive, because you can't have a negative, like, x.
Good.
You can have a negative answer, but not, like, the variable can't be negative.
Are you okay?
Nope.
Mentally, physically.
Neither.
No.
Oh, let's go. Just that good.
Okay, did you get 4 for the first one?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes?
Oh, yeah.
Did you get -5 for the second?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I did, Miss Mick.
Okay,
Sure.
Yeah.
Kyan, why, what did,
Okay.
gentlemen,
Oh, I know what I did. Never mind.
Yeah.
Kyan, what'd you do?
I didn't I made a mental note to X out the 3s, but I didn't.
Okay, so you left it -15 over 3?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, no, I left it -15 because I still took out the bottom.
oh, you reduced out the bottom one, but didn't
Yeah.
actually do it. Okay, now, can you leave an answer like this? Ever?
No.
No.
They reduce.
Can you leave an answer like this?
No.
No, never. It would be negative. Actually, that's not what I wanted. I wanted something that reduced by both, but not. Can you leave an answer like this? No.
Probably.
So it'd be -3 over 5.
Yeah.
I will not accept a non-reduced answer. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we're gonna do an application problem because you guys are going to have them. I am going to tell you this. The application problems are usually the last problems. If you guys are not doing them, not trying them, I'm going to take a whole point off of your homework. I usually, if you miss one problem or don't do one problem, I don't take anything off. But if you're taking off the application problem, I'm going to take off a point. You have to try. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't just skip the application problems on your assignments. That's what that means. A word problem?
Oh, so just words.
Words.
Alright.
Okay,
Letters?
so there they are. There's the words. Okay, so during one shift, a waiter earns $30 and gets an additional $15 in tips on the customer food bill. The waiter earns $105. What is the total amount of the food bill? Okay, so we need to write an equation.
I would agree.
So where do you guys want to start? What do you know? What is what?
$30.
$30. What is $30?
The wages.
Wages.
Like he gets $30, right?
Yes.
So I have $30. Then what?
It gives an additional 15%.
So what sign would that be?
Times. Addition.
Division.
Additional.
Addition sign.
Addition sign would be
Plus.
plus.
Ah.
Additional.
Says you.
Okay.
I'm an idiot.
15% on customer bills. So 15% we have to use 0.15, yes?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so the customer bills would be, we don't know that, do we?
105.
So the customer bill, no.
Oh, that's how much he earns.
Customer bills,
Like 30.
what variable do you want to use for that?
G.
C.
Oh, I wrote too big. What?
W.
Like, C.
Shut up.
CBIX.
Z.
TBX. That's how.
Okay, I don't care what you use, you gotta tell me what you're using, okay? So we're gonna add, how do we find 15% of a number? What math is that?
To divide.
Of means,
We multiply.
I did, yes, but should you put that somewhere on your paper?
Probably.
Yes. Of means multiply.
Keep kicking my chair.
Oh, yeah. I
Gentlemen,
can't even reach your chair, Howard.
Someone's kicking.
I think your nerves are going out.
God.
so 15% is 0.15x.
It equals $105.
It equals $105 because that's what he total took home. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
I would agree.
So then would I do this problem differently than any other problem?
No.
No. Okay, so I subtract the 30.
Yeah.
And you get,
75.
that's what I was going to
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay.
And then you multiply those.
Well, this is
Divide.
so divide.
Divide.
Now, we're going to go over and we're going to review division of decimals. I can't divide by a decimal, so I have to multiply it. I have to multiply it by 10, 100.
And
So
then
it comes here.
Then put
So
two,
then I add how many zeros?
2.
2.
Then you put
So I don't know, if I didn't, I do know how many times 15 goes into 75, but if I did not know, you're not using a calculator. What number do you know goes into
5.
both 75 and 15?
5.
5. 5 goes into 15 3 times. 5 goes into 7 how many times? Once. With 2 left over?
Yeah.
How many times does 5 go into 25?
5.
5. So we now have x equals 1,500 over 3.
Divided by it would be $500.
So 3 goes into 15 5 times.
2 zeros.
So what does that mean?
Customer bills equal 500.
The customer bills equals $500.
Maybe that person pays the bill.
Okay? So he didn't make $500. He just sold basically $500 worth of food and drinks that night.
You got $105.
He got 105 that night.
Out of just tips, or like that's plus is it like
This
hourly
is
wage?
this is what he earned, and this is the tips he earned.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, the tips he only earned $75 in tips right here
Lame.
because that was the difference between the 105 and the 30.
It'd suck to be working 30 hours for a night.
Yeah,
30
we're
hours a
bar,
night.
bar,
$105 for 8 hours.
Yeah, go work a $20 an hour.
What'd you
job.
say, 30 hours a night?
You make more.
You would, but you're not gonna make that at a restaurant.
Well, yeah, because don't work at a restaurant.
Be a waitress.
But you could make it at a restaurant depending on
If you're the head
people
chef,
how much people tip. Most people
tip 10%.
20 anymore usually, but bills are more now. Like, cost about twice as much to go out that it did a year ago.
Well, it's because of Biden, right?
Okay, it's not.
It definitely is.
Okay, we're not having that discussion. Okay, 7p plus 13
Oh, I know exactly.
equals 9p
Let's make.
minus 5.
Make it up.
It'll be large.
Yeah. Yes, Mick. I know what you gotta do.
Maybe what you gotta do, tell please.
Gonna make that.
Okay, I have it on two sides of the equation. Does it really change what I do?
No.
Nope, you gotta get variables on one side, numbers on the other. I always try to get positive variables. Other people always move the variables to the left. Doesn't matter which one I do.
No.
No.
Do not move.
Okay, who in here moves everything to the left?
It depends.
No, I just do it.
Henry, you always move it to the left? Okay, okay. Now, who in here always tries to get a positive variable if they can? Okay, so we're going to do it both ways. Actually, you do whatever way you want, and I'll do it both ways.
Okay.
And we better get the same answer, right?
Better.
7p.
What?
And 7 equals 2p.
Okay, let's say. What are you smoking?
Please stop.
Is this extruded so it's not
Oh, that's why I messed up.
I got my answer.
What?
The time it took me to do one, he did two. What's the name?
Because mix up 3 counts per house.
Okay, so we divided by a -2. The only reason I don't like this method is a lot of times people will divide by 2 and tell me that -p equals -9. Can I have an answer like that?
No.
No.
Well,
Your
you
variable needs to be positive, always. What?
Can't you have it -p equals -9, but then you have to divide by
Right, but I mean your final answer. I'm saying I never want a negative variable.
You could, but it'd just be wrong.
You just are adding another step. So this is a no. No. Did you all get 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Last example, and then you guys get to go to work.
Yay.
Okay, so you have 3, 5x minus 8 minus 2 negative x plus 7 minus, wait, I forgot an equal sign in here.
Is that
This is equals -2.
Yes.
Minus 12x. So we have simplified things like this, right? So what is the first thing I have to do, Gerhard?
Oh, they put these would be 15x.
So I have to distribute. We're going to use our words.
Yeah, there's that word.
Distribute.
Yeah.
So do it.
15x. Then you have 24x, negative 24x.
Not x.
Or 24. What a bum.
Okay, Henry, what's my next step?
Done.
Oh, we'll let Henry. We'll divide the. What do I do next?
2x.
What?
Positive 2x
Okay.
minus 14
Oh, I'm bleeding.
equals 12x.
And not equals 12x, minus 12x. Okay. You need to make sure you distribute the whole negative, yes?
Yeah, so it's part
To
of
both
it.
things. Mercedes, what do I do next?
Combine like terms with 2 and 12.
Okay, we're going to combine those like terms. This would be using the commutative property if I moved it, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I have positive 2, negative 12, so I have negative 10x.
And, yeah.
Now do I have a problem exactly like the one before this?
They add the 10x
Yep.
over.
I personally would add the 10x, keep it positive, and add the 24.
Yeah.
Okay, what did I do with my 24? I didn't put it underneath, I put it up above. Why did I put it?
Easier to subtract.
It'd be easier to subtract. When I'm subtracting, I always put my bigger number. Like if I'm moving over, I put it on top. It's just a thing that I've done forever.
25x and 10.
And then divide by 25.
Yeah.
So x equals
2/5.
okay, you will not get all whole numbers. I do not want mixed numbers.
This way, how do you do that?
It's not the hard code, mental math.
Oh, I messed up.
Okay, if you get x equals 25 tenths, x equals what? It's an if. This is an if.
Okay.
Well, you put 5/2.
It's 5 over 2,
Not 1.
not 2 and 1/2.
Yes.
No. Okay, the only time I want mixed numbers is if you have an application problem, that's a word problem, a story problem, whatever you want to call it, and you're telling somebody a measurement. Got me?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you're not going to tell me that this room is 72 over 3, but that goes in there, 72 over 4 feet long. Okay? You are going to tell me, you're not going to say it's 72 over 4. You're going to be 2, and then, what, 36? So you're going to, well, I shouldn't have done that. 72 over 5. How about that? Okay?
Yeah, sure.
My
So that would be 1, 14 and 2/5 feet.
Do you want us to
You know,
still-
Gerhard, I'm talking, so maybe you shouldn't be talking. Okay, this is the only time you're going to give me mixed numbers. Does anyone know why I'm so against mixed numbers?
Because you don't like
It's hard to check.
Well, it's harder to check, but can you really do any math with mixed numbers?
No.
No. So if you can't do any math with mixed numbers, why would you change it into something and get it wrong part of the time?
I have no idea.
I don't know, me neither.
Oh, no, that's me.